Hello YouTube, it's me, TGT. Aye. Monday afternoon just. I think it's about 12:30, so just after the afternoon, the midday mark. And I've got the house to myself, so I thought I'd do a wee discussions video because, well, I feel like it. At the end of the day, drink my tea as always. Bastard, it's hot as always. Aye. My focus, sort of hobbies wise, has shifted a wee bit. No much, and I'll explain why. Transformers are so good just now. The Kingdom line, the Studio Series line is blown out the water. Just off to my right, this is years left on the screen, whatever. Just there, past me, is a shelf full of all the best toys that I've got recently. You know, all this stuff up here, I kind of play with. There's the Prime display, it used to be the Masterpiece display, but it's now something else. And then my gaming stuff's all here, but this is my shelf here. I should really show you, but I'm not moving the camera. Fuck that. Display there with all the toys that I'm loving. And it's chock-a-block. There's so much good stuff. Wipe the spit from my mouth. There's so much good stuff coming out now that it's kind of all been diluted. Like, I'll just show you, hang on. I'm not even going to edit this, I'm just going to upload as is. Sit down in my nursing chair. I've got Inferno, Kingdom Inferno, and I've got Grapple down there. And I wasn't going to bother because it's just a red version, but then when I thought about it, I was like, well, I've not got any Inferno toys, and I'm glad I went for them. I got them on Amazon. It was 20 quid without postage, so I kind of got them a wee bit cheaper than he would be normally. So, and he has a lovely figure. The red's very vibrant, and you know, it's just nice, and he pairs well with Grapple. So all systems go there. Loved it. But like I said, everything's so good that I've kind of got a backlog of enjoyment. Does that make sense? I've got things there that I want to spend sort of afternoons with, an evening with, taking photos, messing with, you know, learning to love and enjoy it like I do with all my toys and games and shit that I buy. I try to get my money's worth out of everything. I dare see the point in buying something to hate on it, like a lot of people seem to do. So I'd rather just look, I think it's wrong there or something. Do you know what I was thinking actually? And I mean, feel free to correct me if you think I'm wrong. People are saying there's not been a bad toy in the Kingdom line. Not bad by any means, but you know, a toy that really didn't give me any joy, and I've tried my absolute best, is Warpath. He's sitting there, and he's lovely. He's a great figure, posable, looks good, you know, G1 accurate, blah 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 blah. But he's just, I don't know, is it because I think he should be? I know he's not supposed to be, but I feel like he should be a lot bigger than he is. But that's just me. Other than that, the toys have been so fantastic. So whenever as I'm sure a lot of Transformers collectors do, you get 5 spare minutes and you sit on your phone and you go, right, I'll check Kapow, In Demand, eBay, Amazon, Star Action figures, like even Bargain Max and stuff, and you look for deals and you look for the next thing to buy. I've not been doing that. I've just been like, hey, you know what, I'm happy with what I've got now. I have now seen the new releases and stuff. But at this exact moment in time, there's nothing that really takes my fancy. Maybe the wee Core Class Megatron, I really want that, because I want the Soundwave as well when it comes out. And I've got Starscream, he's there. And I've got Prime, he's there. And they're awesome for little figures. I mean, just awesome. Talk about that another day. Anyway, so Transformers have kind of went to the wayside. I'm enjoying what I've got. I'm not looking for anything more. But there has been something bubbling under my interest and under my sort of my eye line that's been building up in my collection for a while, and it's Hot Wheels. Now, I'll start off by saying I do not really have any love for real life vehicles. I'm not a car man. I barely know how they work. I couldn't have fixed one. I could only let change a tyre about 4 years ago. They do not interest me. They're machines for taking you from A to B. I mean, yeah, you get ones that look nice and they do cool things. But as a sort of anything, they're nothing more than a tool to me. The same as a hammer or a TV or anything. They're just vehicles. That's all they are. And very rarely do I see one that makes me go, ooh, lovely. I do occasionally. Usually older vehicles. I like older square like vehicles when, like in the 50s and the 60s, when it was wood paneling, and then when you get to the 70s and 80s, it was all square bonnets and square boots and stuff. I like the designs then. Cars are very much boring these days. Obviously, you know, the high-end ones are designed to be flashy, but all your sort of middle-of-the-road, like, family cars and stuff, they're just cars. There's whatever. They're nothing really interests me in cars. Never has. I don't think even once. And I thought it was because I wasn't a driver. I didn't get my license until 4 years ago, and I thought once I became a driver, my interest in cars would grow. But no, I like driving. I love driving, but it's just a car. I don't care what it looks like. Like if someone bought me a bright pink car tomorrow and was like, "Here's a brand new car. It's pink and it's kind of crap," I'd be like, "Oh, well, cheers. As long as it works, as long as I can get my shopping in the boot." Anyway, that was a bit of a waffle. What I'm saying is, I'm not really interested in cars, but Hot Wheels. My love of Hot Wheels started, I think, when my kid came along, because pre my Transformers collecting, I never went to toy aisles and supermarkets or in like Home Bargains and B&M's. I just kind of followed the wife a bit, or whatever, the girlfriend, and just got shopping and stuff. But then the kid comes along and then you start looking at toys and stuff. And long story short, it was one day I had the kid, and I think it was in Asda. I might be wrong, actually. This might be pre-kid. It's hard to do. Do you know what? My kid's like 7 years old this year, and it's hard to remember life before her. So whenever, like when I think back to me being a teenager, it feels like she should still be there, even though that's impossible. Yeah, some parents might know what I mean by that. Anyway, I found a Batmobile, a Hot Wheels Batmobile, and it was this one. I got it out specially because I'm good at this. And you can't get it close to my camera, shy, but it's the Tim. When you focus, will it? Let's see if I can get it to focus. No. You can see it. It's the Tim Burton Batmobile, the first movie. Let's see what it says in the bottom. It says, just says Mattel, Batmobile, DC Comics. I'm looking for a year of release. There doesn't appear to be one, which is weird. That's very strange. The 2nd to the 7th, so 2007 maybe? Normally these vehicles, as far as my understanding is, because I'm kind of getting into the minutiae and the sort of interesting wee details of Hot Wheels collecting, usually there are 2 dates underneath. The date the vehicle was released, this was released, and the date, the year the mould was created. So you've got a mould, initial mould, sort of date, and then that specific version of that mould's year release date. 2 dates, one when the mould was created, one when the toy was released, basically. And you know what, I've only just, for all the years I've had this toy, you might see it, the windows picked it in like a clear yellow plastic. I've never noticed that before. Oh, I love this toy. Anyway, I picked this up. This is going to be a waffly video, by the way, so if you've got it today, you may as well fuck off now. Picked this up. And then shortly after, I found another one, and it was the Batmobile for the TV show, the 50s Adam West TV show, or 50s, 60s, 70s, whenever it was. Was it coloured? Was it in black and white originally? Whatever. The original Batman, the Camp Pow Kiss Zock TV show. And I love this vehicle. Love it. I've now got like 4 or 5 variants of this Hot Wheels, and in various sizes as well. And I was like, bloody hell, I found, because at the time I always assumed that buying Hot Wheels like that would be a specialist thing. You had to get them in toy collection stores, or you had to order them online. I didn't assume you'd have licensed vehicles in amongst all the sort of commercial vehicles and, like, you know, the original Mattel molds and stuff for like £1.50. These things cost. I think they're £1.09 in Asda now. Sorry, I knew I was going to yawn there. And so I was like, ooh, 2 Batmobiles. So I kept them and I put them on a shelf, and they were like, I think they were in front of my TV for a while. You know, they just hung about. And then over the years, I've found more and more and more. I now have, I counted them last night, I have 44 Batmobile Hot Wheels. Some of those are like the jets and stuff, so they're not, or like they're penguin cars. So they're not all specifically Batmobiles, but they're all Batman related or Batman properties. 44, and these are, I've no bought these online. I've not went looking for these. I mean, no, by that I mean I've not went to toy shops looking for them. If I'm in Asda, if I'm in Tesco, if I'm in one of the cheapy bargain stores that you get in Britain, I will look in the Hot Wheels bin. But I don't go out my way to search for these things. I've never ordered any online. Tempted, but never have. And I started building this collection. And it was like, it was cool. I never really knew what to do with them, so they just all sat in a box, and I'd get them out and fiddle them occasionally and look at them. They're really interesting. Then I found things like, I found the Enterprise from Zack Snyder. What was the director? His name's right there, and I can see it, but I can't say it. The guy that directed the rebooted Star, the Kelvin universe, as they call it, or timeline. It's gonna bug the crap out of me. Him. It's the why is the exposure moving about? I locked it. I found like an Enterprise Hot Wheels, and then I found like Ghostbusters or the Ecto-1 Hot Wheels, and I've got a DeLorean Hot Wheel, the Simpsons car, like all these different wee movie or TV related properties, Hot Wheel properties, and I was like, these are really cool. My love of Hot Wheels comes from the fact that these things are fairly well detailed representations of bigger vehicles, like real life or real dimensioned things, and that's where my love of Hot Wheels comes from. I like that they're scaled down versions of something. And I find that interesting. I find it cool. I don't know. It pleases my eye to see these things in such small dimensions, and they're just lovely wee representations of the things that they're supposed to be. And my love of Hot Wheels is now spilled over into like I've been watching. For the past 2 or 3 years, I've been watching restoration videos, guys that are restoring old classic Hot Wheels, the Red Line series, putting on Spectraflame paint and stuff like that, to try to repair bodies. And I mean, some of these vehicles are crushed, played with Hot Wheels that are like should be beyond repair for like the 70s, and these guys take them, restore them, get replacement wheels, get replacement like plastic windshields, replace the paint, updo them, and it's fantastic seeing these things brought back to life. Especially, I have a lot of love for toys that have been played with by kids. Like whenever I bought like a G1 Transformer from eBay or in a second-hand shop and it was damaged, I liked that a wee bit. No, if bits are missing. Hey, I need to burp. Oh, it's not going to come. No, if they were broken, certainly, but if they were played with, it's kind of like they've fulfilled their purpose. So you feel like there's a history to the toy, and like Transformers with its G1 origins, Hot Wheels have even earlier origins that kind of go through the molds. Like I bought a pack the other day. It was a 5-pack Hot Wheels Classics, I think it was called, and it had all the classic molds, the ones the most famous for like the Red Line and stuff. And it's so beautiful to see these updated molds. Blah blah blah. Anyway. So now I'm at the point where I'll go to a store, I'll look for there's the Treasure Hunt line Hot Wheels, which is a set of limited edition, limited release Hot Wheels, which will be chucked out amongst some of the normal releases, and there's a symbol that you can look for on the vehicles or on the packaging, which means, hey, this is quite rare, so, well done, you found one of the treasures. I'm looking for mold mates, I'm looking for like certain vehicle types now. I like a lot of the sports vehicles when they're in the smaller forms, but mostly I look for movie and it seems to be, now I've never actually read up on this, which is weird, but it seems to be whenever they release a box of Hot Wheels like to stick it on the shelf, there's a certain amount dedicated to certain things, so as in Transformers, you get like your box pack, your crate will be like 4 of one toy that everyone kind of is blasé about, 2 of another, and then 1 of a really sought after one. So you kind of have to get there first to get the good stuff. Hot Wheels is the same. There seems to be in every sort of big box of like 50, 60 on the shelf, a couple of like Batmobiles or what was one I picked up recently? It was the Ninja Turtles Party Wagon. Picked that up. I was loving it. That's so good to see. Like the 80s Party Wagon. So cool to see that. I've got 2 of them now. So cool to see them. See that thing coming in, and so they seem to have, every box seems to have a couple of really sort of either IP and like intellectual property related vehicles. I picked up the Mars rover vehicle recently. That was a weird one, but I loved it. I'm looking at, so basically, I said before, there's a shelf, a display there that used to be my Masterpiece figures. It's now my Hot Wheels, and I've got about 60, 70. No, must be more, because that's so far 130 sort of licensed property Hot Wheels. I can see like there's the Beatles Yellow Submarine, there's the Groomobile, there's the Jetsons car, there's Admiral Robocop from Into Darkness's Starship, there's a Thomas the Tank Engine one, the Simpsons car, the DeLorean. I can see quite a few things there. But now I've started getting like I've started collecting the glow in the dark ones. Those are favourites when I was a kid, and they're my favourites now. And like Transformers, they all have a history. They all have like a lineage, is what I call it in Transformers. They have a lineage. Especially watching videos on YouTube, I've seen, like you'll see, like there's one. It's a mold. It's the shape of a duck, like a toy duck. Stupid wee thing. I've got 2. The first one I bought for Sophia, my daughter, because she loves little toy ducks. But then as you get to learn about it, the mold was released in the 80s and blah blah blah, and this is the variations it's had, and it's interesting to see its bloodline. And when you know about it, kind of you get into it a bit, you get sucked in, and it's awesome. There's loads of the thing is, I'll never just buy Hot Wheels for the sake of it. Like, there's loads. You go to the shop and every crate has like 50, 60 in it, and they're all just like utility vehicles, and like there's loads of daft ones. Like ones are out there now is is it the M&B board games, like Rock'em Sock'em Robots and things like that. There's a couple of them that are really good, but there's a lot of daft ones that I think I'd never pick up, because I'm not going to be a serious collector. Because you can't be. There's like, I think I checked, and there's like 11,000 individual Hot Wheels molds and 750 variations on them. So you're talking, to have all of them would be impossible. You'd have to be, I mean, apart from the fact that a lot of them would be lost to time or are really expensive, but even now, it would be impossible. It'd be pointless and impossible just to pick up every Hot Wheels that was in the store. For a start, not all of them please my eyes. There is that. Some of them I look at them and I'm like, oh god, that's fucking rubbish. So I tend to go for ones that have a special history. So a special, like a movie and TV, I'll definitely pick up, or ones that I look at them and I go, oh, that's really nice. Like it was the 80s El Camaro, like open top one, and it looks like it's 80s, but it looks like it's straight out of the 90s, all jazzy colours and funny shapes, and it looks like fucking it should have Fido Dido printed on the side, and it's awesome, and it's gaudy and it's minging, but I liked it, so I bought that. But then there's loads of like ones that are just like they're just representations of sports cars, like sporty cars, not sports cars. I'd love some of the racing vehicles, and they don't really interest me. They're boring to me. So certainly, like Transformers, when I first started collecting Transformers, I went for everything, any I can get my hands on, and I did enjoy, for the most part, I did enjoy everything. I soon came to learn that I can't collect like that, because the majority of these guys up here at the front are fine. They've been they've been touched and posed and played with, and me and the kid have got them doing and mess with them. But the ones behind, like even the combiners, the big combiners, they've not been touched. They're dusty as fuck. They've not been touched in like 4 years, and it's like, just seems a waste to have them up there. So I decided my collecting had to be streamlined, and what I went for had to be purposeful rather than just grab everything. Because I do enjoy everything, even shitty. Like for a long time, it's now the Bumblebee Cyberverse, but the Cyberverse line, I loved that. I had loads of them. I've got rid of some since, but I loved a lot of them. And folk were like, they're for kids, and I'm like, well, essentially Transformers is for kids. Let's face it. Not all of them, obviously, but that's another discussion. So yeah, I tried to waffle about Hot Wheels, and like, I am, because I'm not well versed enough on them, I don't really want to do videos on YouTube about them. Plus, there's no really much to say. Like, if I got that, the Batman car, I could show it, a couple of close-up pictures to show you the better details. But like, what more is there to say than it's a small Batmobile? I might do collection videos at some point showing, because like I said, I've got 44 Batman related vehicles. I might show them at one point because that's interesting, and then I might do like movie ones and stuff, because there is a few wee interesting ones that you thought you would think you wouldn't see in Hot Wheels form. But I just wanted to sort of talk about the fact that I've this little, and it's been a bubbling, simmering passion for a while. Like I'd look forward to going to the supermarket and seeing there's another one I could find, because like I said, I wouldn't actively hunt them, wouldn't go out just to find them, but if I can find them in the wild, then it's a wee bit of a thrill in that, eh? Oh, I've got a sore throat for talking. God, 20 minutes. Aye. Yeah, it's like I said, I've got a display there. I won't take a picture because it needs dusted. The front of it's minging, and it's like the whole kind of games room's a bit of a mess now because I've been spending so much time in it. But what I will say is, yeah, if I do a couple more videos based on this, don't be worried. It won't be all Hot Wheels from now on. But there certainly is some interesting things I'd like to talk about and show you. The Batmobile ones especially, because that's been like the main sort of... It was weird how it started. Like, I'd speak to Borderston about this all the time. I'd go in and find, I found the Batmobile. The next week I'll find another one. Then all of a sudden I've got like a row of little Hot Wheels Batmobiles, and it's like, what the... Why are these things finding their way to me? It's weird. And it became a kind of wee joke thing, like I found another one. A lot of them, what I will say about them is a lot of them are just repaints or like ones I've already got. So, like that original Adam West Batmobile. I've got like 4 of them, a grey one and one with blue lines, and what's I found another one recently with like a different coloured windshield and stuff. But like you're picking them up for like £1 odd. They're wee oddities, shall we say? So I'm kind of just all right with it. And they don't take up much space. I've got like about 150 Hot Wheels on one wee shelf there, or one wee set of shelves, and it doesn't take up any space whatsoever. If I was to go sell all my Transformers and my games and just go specifically Hot Wheels, I'd have loads of space for them. But I wouldn't do that because I do like all this stuff. All this stuff. I like Eric. Hello, Eric. What are you doing? You can't go up there. There's toys and stuff you could knock over. Anyway, there you go. I've started collecting Hot Wheels. I could have just said that and showed you a couple, but I felt like a waffle, to be honest. Like I said, it's what time is it now? Well, it must be about, yeah, it's about 1:45. Just after. Wife's away doing stuff. Charles at school. So then I've done all my housework and chores for today. I had to scrub out the wash machine because it's stinking for some reason. We run some cleaning stuff through it because it's just ponging there now. I think there must be a problem with the drains. There's always guys working outside up and down my street. Like, we're on the main A7 route through my town. There's always guys working at pipes for like every couple of days. And our pipes have started really humming. Like the kitchen sink kicks up a smell and stuff. So the wash machine especially has been humming. So that was my wee task today, was to clean that through. And it's done. So I'm having a cup of tea, I'm making a video, and then I'm going to go for my walk, my day's walk. And then, in fact, no, I think I'm picking up the kid for school. So what I'll do is I'll coincide my walk with meeting her. So I'll pick her up for school and we'll go for a wee wander. And that's the rest of my day. There you go. I collect Hot Wheels, I walk, and I clean wash machines. That's been my day. There you go. I'll speak to you soon. I can't think of a way to end this video, so I'm just going to say cheerio. Cheerio.